making his way to the ring first and returning to All Pro Wrestling from Palermo, Sicily. He is a graduate of the APW boot camp and a former Universal Heavyweight Champion, weighing in at 230 pounds. Please welcome Mr. Nice Guy, Vinnie Massaro.
John Roberts, Mr. Nice Guy's back in the garage. And it doesn't seem like he's playing around this time. The former Universal, Worldwide Internet, and Tag Team Champion. That's right, John. He's a Triple Crown winner, and he's looking for some retribution.
I have a little bit of personal history with Vinnie Massaro. Vinnie Massaro ended my referee career, which put me up here in the broadcast booth today. Massaro takes no prisoners. He's a man who's not afraid to take anyone out, anyone who gets in his way. It doesn't matter if it's a desk jockey, it doesn't matter if it's a manager, a referee, a ring announcer, it doesn't matter who it is. Vinnie Massaro is not afraid to drop anyone on their head.
That's right, John Roberts. During his last run in All Pro Wrestling, Vinnie Massaro took some liberties with underclassman Jody Christopherson, and everybody knows how that one turned out.
Well, here comes his opponent, the freak, the resident freak of All Pro Wrestling, Jeckles.
And his opponent making his way to the ring from Carneyville, weighing 215 pounds. He is a graduate of the APW boot camp and a former three-time APW Universal Heavyweight Champion, the Freak, Jeckles.
John Roberts, the Freak, pretty happy coming off his awesome match with Michael Elgin last month here at Gym Wars. But you know what? Jeckles is no stranger to Vinnie Massaro. Vinnie Massaro is the youngest APW boot camp graduate, completing his training all the way back in 1997, John.
But Vinnie Massaro is a stranger to this Jeckles. The last time Vinnie Massaro was in All Pro Wrestling, Jeckles was very different. Jeckles was more about having fun. Jeckles was more about coming and playing with everyone in the ring. Now Jeckles is more focused. Jeckles is a mean fighting machine. Jeckles takes no prisoners. I'm pretty certain Vinnie Massaro is going to be surprised with what he finds in the center of the squared circle tonight.
And also, John, I'm sure Vinnie Massaro is a little shocked to see the difference in Jeckles the Jester. Look, he's trimmed down, he's lean, he's mean, he's ready to fight, and you know, this is going to be a battle of the roaring elbows at the finish, and let's see whose is a bit more roaring, per se.
You're absolutely right, and I got to say, weighing in at 230 pounds tonight, Vinnie Massaro has definitely trimmed down quite a bit since the last time we saw him in an All Pro Wrestling
That's right,
ring.
Mr. Nice Guy. It looks like he's really trying to come back and maybe have another full-fledged run here in the garage.
Well, let's not forget that he was the ringleader of the association, along with Oliver John and the Texas Hangman at the time, Dalton Frost. They ran ruckshot all over All Pro Wrestling, taking everyone out in their path.
Clean break from Jeckles right there. Seemed a little hesitant. Vinnie Massaro is not impressed, though.
Massaro eyeing his competition as they lock up the collar and elbow tie-up. And it's Massaro who's going to go with the wrist lock first, try and go with the advantage early on in the contest.
And you know, John Roberts, Jeckles has not been on a lazy streak as of yet. You know, he's gone against some big-name wrestlers, including Dustin Rhodes, Goldust, you know, Sho Funaki, B-Boy, Drake Younger.
Now, let's not forget about that epic three-way match for the Universal Heavyweight Championship, which he didn't come out the victor, but it was an incredible contest, not to mention the last time we saw him in an All-Pro Wrestling ring, he took on Michael Elgin. Unfortunately, didn't come up the victor. He's been on a bit of a losing streak lately, but
correct. It was a hard-fought battle in that three-way with both B-Boy and Adam Thornstowe, current Universal Heavyweight Champion.
And at the end of both matches, his opponents raised his hand and said that he truly was a changed man in that ring and truly is an epic fighter in an all-pro wrestling ring.
Very correct. And you know what, John Roberts, before my injury, I stepped in the ring with the Freak over in the Seaside, and he's no joke.
Big shoulder tackle takes down Msaro.
As the pace is set off very slow here, John Roberts, it seems like both of these two are kind of squaring each other up, per se. You know, they want to see where each other's minds are, what their ideas are, and how they're going to execute their plans tonight. And
you can see that this usually raucous crowd here is quiet in anticipation, wondering who is going to go with what maneuver next, who is going to try and get the upper hand. Two of the greatest graduates of the All-Pro Wrestling Boot Camp square off here in the center of the ring, and it's Jeckles who's got the upper hand right now. I don't think Vinnie Msaro saw this coming.
Vinnie Msaro here, he's got that headlock cinched in tight. He knows the dangers of a forearm from Jeckles.
And now it's Msaro with a big shoulder tackle. But Jeckles able to kick out after one.
Like I was saying, John Roberts, Jeckles also knows what the forearms feel like from Vinnie Msaro. So these two are definitely going to have to step their game up on two different ways to prove and to put each other out of their own misery.
Jeckles is getting a little pumped up right now as he and Vinnie lock up in the center of the ring one more time. Jeckles with the side headlock. Msaro trying to get a little bit of separation right now. But Jeckles continuing to move around the ring. You got to wonder who is going to have the better advantage. When it comes to training, both men graduates of the world-famous All-Pro Wrestling Boot Camp, arguably the greatest graduates in the history of the boot camp. Oh! Msaro had that one scouted, drops the boots into the face, only able to get a 2 count that time.
Jeckles trying to get a little fancy wear with the cartwheel, but he slipped up and sat on his own leg. Msaro counted nice with a big kick.
The last time these two met in the center of the squared circle, Msaro was the vet and Jeckles was close to being a rookie himself. Now they both are veterans. Of course, Msaro with a little bit longer time in the squared circle, but right now Jeckles just toying with him. Msaro looking for the clothesline. Nope, nobody home. Jeckles lifting him up. Oh, atomic drop, dropping him.
I'm a nice guy.
Jeckles just playing with him, dropping him on the back of his head.
Oh, there's a little bit of old school Jeckles for you right there. John Roberts looking to have just a little fun.
Hooks the outside leg, looking to play a little bit of a game with the nice guy. Now drops the elbow across the chest. And a second one for good measure right into the sternum. Now trying to get a little air under it, and he does so. Jeckles in control of this contest right now as he goes for cover 1, 2. A little bit lackadaisical, only able to get a 2 count that time.
I'm sure this is worrying Vinnie Msaro just a tad bit, John Roberts. Maybe Vinnie Msaro has a bit of ring rust. You know, just because he hasn't been in APW, we don't know if he's been elsewhere perfecting his craft or if he's just been sitting at home eating pizza.
Well, you got to remember that Vinnie Msaro is the kind of guy that will just take some pain just for the hell of it.
Oh.
1, 2.
Look at that. You see very unorthodox
and now
suplex.
with those open palms, slaps to the face. Just like as I was trying to say, Massaro's the kind of guy who will take some pain to figure out what his opponent's going to dish out so that he can come up with the proper defense. And right now it looks like the best defense is a great offense from Msaro as he goes after Jeckles.
Did you see when he was straddling him right there? He's delivering those vicious forearms right to the head of Jeckles, but Jeckles,
oh, here we go. Classic Vinnie Msaro. Oh. The laces of the boots being pummeled into the forehead of Jeckles.
That reminds me of the Japanese psychology of pro wrestling, kicking him just to make him feel worse. You know?
Great knife edge chop there from the nice guy. Msaro dropping the elbow across the throat.
Msaro had some nice words here for the APW faithful.
Msaro not taking too kindly to these Gym Wars fans right now as he continues to go after the Freak. Big clubbing blow to the back of Jeckles.
Vinnie Massaro's got Jeckles in the corner. Very nice Sicilian uppercut right there. Keeps him down.
Uppercut there from the former Triple Crown champion here in All Pro Wrestling, Vinnie Msaro, as he tries to shoot off Jeckles. Instead gets countered, but now has a counter of his own. Big clothesline takes down Jeckles. There he goes for a lateral press. 1, 2, only a 2 count. You got to think of Msaro would hook the leg. He might have got the 3 count.
You know, Vinnie Msaro looks a little upset right here. It looks like Sparky Ballard is not counting fast enough for his liking. And
well, Msaro,
he's issuing the code that he wants to break Jeckles in half.
He's saying he wants to end things now. He's got a handful of the hair. Uh-oh. Msaro. This is Vinnie's playground right here. Boots to the face on the ring apron.
Like kicks back
and now hangs him up on that second rope. Let's not forget Msaro, no stranger, of course, to the garage. He helped build this place, if you will. Helped make it famous, helped make it what it is today. Msaro has had so many epic matches in this building. Knows every inch
I don't
of it
like
better
this,
than
John
he knows
Roberts.
his own son. Oh no, Msaro looked like he was gonna try and suplex Jeckles to the outside. Instead gets met with a big boot that sends him into the front row of the war zone. Jeckles on the ring apron, gonna go after Msaro with that flying elbow. That flying elbow knocks down Msaro, but you gotta wonder what it took out of Jeckles as well as the referee begins his 10 count.
This does not look good for Msaro. As Jeckles tossing him back in, John Roberts, I don't know if Msaro looks a little doozied out right here.
Well, Massaro's in trouble right now. Jeckles with a big forearm. That is some signature offense from the Freak. Ooh, that was a unique maneuver from Jeckles. Just brought him right in with an Irish whip right into that forearm. Lifted him up, dropping him on his head.
My God. Jeckles just folded Vinnie Msaro like an accordion there.
Msaro looks like he's out. 2, only 2 for Msaro that time.
The Freak thought that was it, John Roberts, but he's going to have to work a lot harder to keep the nice guy down.
Msaro is down, but is he out? Jeckles going to the second rope. Now he's going to go to the top rope. Going to be thinking moonsault. Oh, it connects. Right on Msaro. 1, 2, 3, no!
John Roberts, very innovative offense from Jeckles. That's a new thing we've seen lately. Jeckles not being afraid to go off the top rope anymore. Well, definitely for those moonsaults.
Msaro must have been woken up by the sound of the referee's hand hitting the mat. Jeckles goes to the top rope again. Msaro turns around. Oh, but Jeckles cartwheeling off the rope. Into the ropes he goes. Looking for the big boot. No, nobody home. Msaro belly to back. German suplex.
And there he goes, John Roberts. He's calling for that roaring elbow.
He's signaling for the end. This has been the demise of so many people. It's cocked and loaded. Oh, but he got countered. Looking to unload. Instead gets dropped on his head.
10 minutes as he lasts. 10 minutes.
John Roberts, one thing I'm just realizing, both of these men utilize the roaring elbow. Both of these men know how to utilize the distraction from the roaring elbow. They know how to, take the eyes off it, how to counteract it, per se. You see right there.
Jeckles able to get the boot up in time.
Exactly.
Just able to get out of the way, and then dropping him.
As
Here
Jeckles
we go.
calling for right here.
No. Oh, he gets T-boned right on his head. Hooks the outside leg. This could be a 2. No, Jeckles able to kick out. Flips Msaro over.
Oh, Mr. Nice Guy, he can't believe it. Vinnie Msaro wants to put Jeckles down.
Jeckles isn't trying to get away from Msaro. He's clawing his way towards him as he's down on the mat. Msaro wondering right now, what's it going to take to put the Freak down?
You see Jeckles there on the floor crawling. Vinnie Msaro should be ready to deliver that roaring elbow as soon as he has it. Some choice Sicilian words for the APW crowd.
Msaro lining him up. Big forearm to the face of the Freak. Trades one of his own.
These two are forearms machines, John. I would not want to be stuck in the middle of these two.
These are nasty forearms. Some of the nastiest you're going to see in professional wrestling. Jeckles goes back with one of his own. Rocking Msaro. Here goes Msaro. Now Jeckles, 2, 3. Got to be scrambling the brains of Msaro. No, gets countered this time. Msaro looked like he was going to try suplex again. Jeckles saw it coming. Backhand, forearm, backhand. Looking for the roaring elbow. Oh, but it's Vinnie! Vinnie connects!
Vinnie Msaro with the roaring elbow. And he goes over on Jeckles. What's he got here? He's got a rear naked choke.
Rear naked choke. He's trying to choke him out.
Bring the bell.
Jeckles has no choice but to tap out.
That's right, John Roberts. And a triumphant return. The nice guy,
and
Vinnie
the winner
Msaro.
by submission in 11 minutes and 58 seconds, the nice guy, Vinnie Msaro.
You know damn well, John Roberts, that you can never trick the master of the roaring elbow, and that is Vinnie Msaro.
Well, let's take a look back at it. Msaro, cocked and loaded, looked like he was about to pull the trigger with that roaring elbow. Instead, gets met with a big boot. Jeckles then dropped him right on his head. But at the end of it all, it's Vinnie Msaro who chokes out Jeckles in the center of the ring.
John Roberts, earlier you said that these two met in the ring while Massaro was already a veteran of the game and while Jeckles was still a rookie. That is still the case today. Massaro is definitely a wild veteran over Jeckles. Not saying Jeckles is not a veteran of the ring, but Jeckles is still new to the roaring elbow. Vinnie Msaro has made championships happen because of that elbow.
You got to give credit where credit is due. Jeckles gave it all he had in this contest. Let's hear from Vinnie Msaro.
Small amount of your time. Welcome back to All Pro Wrestling, and what a match. Clearly a match of the year candidate.
Excuse me, to all the fans that chant Olive Garden, APW has a boot camp. If you want to be in the show, go and train. Don't start yelling. Pay some respect. I bust my ass. He bust his ass. Shut your mouth.
Now, Vinnie, it's been almost 3 years since you were inside the APW garage, and you are a former Universal Heavyweight Champion and a graduate of the APW boot camp. What is the reason for your sudden return, and what is next for Vinnie Msaro?
Well, I actually want to talk to Jeckles. Can Jeckles come back out? Is that possible? Can we get Jeckles back out here? Jeckles, this is for you, buddy. Listen up. Why don't you come over here and say it to my face, huh? Come over here. I said come over here. Come on. Come in here. Come in here. I don't laugh. Come on, homeboy. This ain't a movie theater. Be quiet, all right? Jeckles, I have been Universal Champion. I've been Internet Champion. I've trained here at APW. My first match was here at Gym Wars. I used to live up there. And I would come down and train. Thank you very much, but you will listen because I have the microphone, so you shut your mouth. The point is, Jeckles, I've done a lot of things. But by far, the best thing I've ever done was the day I walked out of APW. And I went somewhere else. That's what you need to do, Jeckles. You want to be the top part. I've seen you wrestle with LG and all these different guys, but you keep losing. If you don't win, you don't make it up there. You're hitting that glass ceiling, Jeckles. Let me tell you, I'm sure all these fans want you to stay here at APW as much as possible, right? Well, guess what? They don't know anything. They're paying to see you by donating a can of vegetables. What do they know? Take it from me, Jeckles. You need to go. You need to go and go out. Wrestle for none of these people because they don't appreciate anything that you do. You need to do that. That's all I'm saying. Because you got to win. Because when you don't win, that's it, man. That's all you do. You just come here, come to APW.
John Roberts, looks like Vinnie Msaro has given the elder words to Jeckles the Jester.
Jeckles. It is what it is. You gotta choose. The main thing is I won tonight and you didn't. 5 years ago I beat you.